You're watching Project 380 and this is Back to Basics. In this episode of Back to Basics, we are installing a pair of rear brake calipers on a Mark 1. This is the same whether it's a 1.8, a 1.6, a Mark 1 or a Mark 2. They all fit and work exactly the same. If you are changing the rear calipers, I would highly advise you to change the pair, but it's not always necessary. Changing the pair just cuts out any imbalance between the left and the right brake, and will also help with handbrake imbalance. On this car, it's actually the left-hand brake that has gone, but I am going to be changing both. For this, you're going to need your new caliper, a 10mm spanner, a 12mm spanner, a pair of 14mm spanners, a 4mm Allen key, preferably on a 1/4" ratchet, a method of bleeding the caliper. I'm using a one-man bleed kit, some brake slider grease, some .4 brake fluid, a scotch pad, a torque wrench with your wheel socket and a breaker bar, a brake line clamp, a trolley jack, and some axle stands. To start things off, we need to get the rear of the car off the ground. I'm going to chock the front wheel, loosen the wheel bolts, and then jack the car up and place it on some axle stands. Before I take the wheels off, I do some other things first. I pop the bonnet, open that up, and remove the cap from the reservoir, put that back on, upside down, and then go inside the car on the UK's passenger side and come to the handbrake. As you can see, this handbrake is off at the minute because it's actually the handbrake that's seized. Undo a little screw here in the centre, and then you can separate the two halves of the handbrake surround. And behind that, down there, is the handbrake adjustment. We're going to wind that out until it's almost all the way out using a big flat-headed screwdriver. Keep on doing that until you're on the last 4 or 5 threads, and then make sure the handbrake is still down, and then we can take the wheels off. Now we can focus on removing our old caliper. I'm going to start off by loosening the handbrake cable down here. There's a bracket on the back of the caliper with two 14mm nuts either side. If you hold the one at the front still and undo the one at the back, you may need to give it a little helping hand. Just undo that enough until you can push it out of the caliper. Now with a 12mm spanner, we're just going to loosen off the banjo bolt for the brake pipe. Just gently nip it back up for now. That's just going to stop it dripping anywhere. Not my preferred method, but I'm going to clamp that brake line. And now fully remove the banjo bolt that holds the brake line to the caliper. Wiggle that brake line out of the caliper and just tuck that away. On the bottom of the caliper down here is a plastic cap that looks a little something like this. That simply pulls off the back of the caliper, and behind that cap is a 10mm hex head, which is the end of the slider. So we need to remove that and remove that and put it aside for later. Now we can remove the caliper off the car. If you swing it upwards from the bottom and push it backwards, you should be able to pull it off of the top slider and out, and then disconnect the handbrake cable from the caliper. Since the caliper's off, now is going to be the perfect time to replace the pads and the discs, especially if you've had a seized caliper and the pads have melted and the discs have seen too much heat. So I'm going to slap a new set of pads in this. It's a good idea to take the pads out and inspect them anyway, and just give everything a good clean and a grease up. That's some new pads installed. Now we want to concentrate on this top slider pin here. This is built into the pad carrier. We want to make sure this is nice and clean. Give it a little Scotch-Brite and make sure it's nice and smooth. Then we can apply a little bit of caliper slider grease. Make sure that's all covered. And now we're ready for the new caliper. Depending on what make you've got, they are labelled up left and right. To help with the installation of this, I have put a wheel nut onto the brake disc. This is going to stop the brake disc wobbling about. When the brake disc does wobble about, it can sometimes push the pads out and they fall to the ground, which makes installing the new caliper a little bit difficult. So I'm going to start off by putting the handbrake cable into the caliper, and then the caliper onto the top slider. Be careful of the rubber boot while you're doing this and don't push the pads out of the carrier. And then the caliper can lower down onto the brake pads. A lot of new calipers for the MX5s don't come with a new slider pin, so we're going to take the old one, give it a little Scotch Brite up, make sure it's nice, clean and smooth. Give that a little bit of caliper slider grease. Make sure it's all covered. And put it in the bottom slider hole. Using a 10mm spanner, do that up. Make sure that's nice and tight. And then put the slider cap on the bottom. Make sure that new caliper is sliding backwards and forwards. And then we can tighten up the handbrake cable where it attaches to the caliper, now that the caliper is nice and secure. Once that cable is tight on the caliper, we can remove the plastic stopper where the brake line goes in. Install one new copper washer onto our banjo bolt. Put the banjo bolt through the brake line and the other new copper washer on the bottom. Put the locating tab of the brake line into the caliper and then do the banjo bolt up and snug that down. Then we can remove that line clamp and remove the cover on the brake bleed nipple. And now we're ready to bleed the brakes, and there's a few methods on doing this. You can use a pressure bleeder, but not a lot of them fit the MX5s. You can vacuum bleed it, but that requires a compressor. There's the two-man bleed, one person on the bleed nipple, doing up and undoing the bleed nipple, while a friend is inside pressing the brake pedal, but that requires a friend. But my preferred method is a one-man bleed kit that looks something like this. So I'm going to select the right size bleed spanner for these calipers. Each manufacturer uses a different size bleed nipple, so you'll have to make sure you pick the right one for yours, and then attach the hose with the one-way valve on it to some sort of tin or can that is going to catch the brake fluid. So I've got my brake bleed spanner on here. I'm going to undo that about half a turn. Then I've got my pipe with the one-way valve on it down into an old oil tub. I'm going to come and check my brake fluid level. That's almost at the top. Then I'm going to come inside the car and pump that brake pedal. And then hopefully, as I'm pumping it, you'll be able to see the fluid come out. And it's pushing all the air with it. Make sure you're keeping an eye on the fluid level while doing this and topping it up with DOT4 fluid. Just keep pumping until there's no air left. Once all the air is out, we're going to do this back up, remove it from the caliper and put the bleed nipple cover back onto the bleed nipple. Once you're confident all the air is out of the system, go inside the car and pump that pedal to confirm it's hard. A hard pedal without the engine running means there's no air. Then top the brake reservoir up to the maximum and reinstall the cap. Now to adjust the handbrake. Before adjusting it inside the cab, we're going to adjust it at each caliper, with the hidden adjustment bolt behind the caliper. At the back of the caliper there are two 14mm bolts. Not the one holding the handbrake cable bracket on, but the other one with a copper washer seal. We want to remove that. And behind there is an Allen key adjustment. So I'm going to remove that bolt with a 14mm spanner. Make sure you get the copper washer. And then using a 4mm Allen key, put it in that hole where we just took that bolt from. Do that up until it goes tight. You'll feel it go tight and then back it off about half a turn. Reinstall that 14mm bolt with the copper washer and do that up and then confirm it still turns. And then to fully adjust the handbrake, we want the wheels back on the car, but the car still in the air. Then inside the cab, we can adjust the handbrake with our big flat bladed screwdriver. You'll feel it getting a little bit tighter. You want to tighten it until you can move the wheel freely, but you'll feel a little bit of resistance there. You want to be able to pull the handbrake up about 4 clicks. Set your torque wrench to 98 Newton meters. And as long as you torque that wheel up with the wheels off the ground and the handbrake at 4 clicks up, that is a good handbrake. With the wheel all torqued up now, I'm going to release the handbrake again and confirm the wheel still moves freely. We can then reinstall the plastic cover onto the handbrake and do up the screw, lower the car back to the floor, and that is job done. And that is how to install a brand new brake caliper and adjust the handbrake on a Mark 1 or Mark 2 MX5. If you learned anything from this video, leave it in the comments down below. As per usual, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.